we're doing the show tonight on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because on Monday, I don't know if you guys remember, like about the very beginning of the pandemic. I broke a tooth. I broke it live on the air. In fact, I had to stop the stream because I broke a tooth. And I went into the dentist and they said, well, you're already missing the one next to it. I'm like, yeah, let's put in a bridge. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Because we got to fix this one anyway. So, all right, let's put in a bridge. Because then we're going to have to crown it. So, okay. Problem was, the other side, the anchor tooth, has a metal filling in it. And I know some of you youngsters don't know this, but back in the day, they used to fill holes in teeth with metal. Yeah. Oh, that's, yeah, a big shiny chunk of.
A tongue-twirling accident.
And
spit out all the enamel.
The nasty thing about those is dental cement doesn't bond very well to it.
Yeah.
So my dentist went ahead and put the bridge on there, and because of that, it popped off in the back. Just one half. And I thought you have to floss a bridge, kind of like you have to floss braces. You have to put a threader in there because you still have to get the crap around your gums. And I put the floss in there, and I'm like, ooh, well, that shouldn't go up like that. That's oh, okay. There's a little play going on there. So I had to go into the dentist on Monday. It's a bit of merch. Everybody watching this on YouTube is just like, they had to remove the old bridge. Now, while the cement was coming off the one tooth, wasn't coming off the other. So here's how he removed the bridge.
If you've ever had dental cement removed, kids, terrible thing.
Here's how
they don't have a solvent or anything to break it down.
Here's how he removed it. He threaded some floss under the bridge and pulled. Humans have anxiety dreams about what happened in my mouth on Monday. The tooth broke.
They broke it?
Yeah. Boop. Just boop.
I've told you how my orthodontist broke my tooth, right?
Yeah.
These two guys are fake. Because taking off my braces, the old metal braces, they literally just grab with a pair of pliers and pull.
Yep.
It's horrible. He pulled and half the tooth went with it, cracked it right in half.
Yep. So, they broke it so bad they had to add an implant.
Oh God. I just got crowns.
They apparently, he swore he did something to the rear tooth to make it take the cement now. We'll find out. I have a temp on right now. Right there. That's a temp. Going back in 2 weeks to get the proper one put in place. And it wasn't my fault at all. Because bridges, at worst, you get like 5 years out of them. That's bad. On the upside, you get like maybe 30 years out of a bridge. But if you don't take care of it, it can fail in 5 and pop out, and there's decay and shit. 2 is not when it's supposed to fail. That's somebody done 9 up. All right, let's, with that cheery notion out of the way, let's get the intro going. Each week, Catherine, Radio Dead Air audience, worldwide interwebs, find all sorts of horrible stuff. We're putting together for a little segment we like to call What the Fuck is Wrong with You? And we've got this week's just like kind of a blowout. Like, holy shit. Let's get ourselves off, get kicked off with a bang. This is quite literally, sir, this is a Wendys. Quite fucking literally. Police driver passenger both claim they were kidnapped when car flips outside Nicholasville. Wendys. This is from Kentucky.
Did Wendy kidnap them?
Car crashes and flips outside of a Nicholasville Wendys, and both the driver and the passenger involved claimed they were kidnapped by the other.
Okay.
Officers were called the Wendys at around 2:30 p.m. on Monday, and that is a picture there. Holy moly. That's like right next to it's in the eating area. Police say the car is not registered to either person, but they don't believe the vehicle was stolen at this time. How does that work?
So the car wasn't kidnapped.
Police say the car's passenger ran out with 2 guns in his hands and tossed them into the bushes.
Oh.
Both involved gave conflicting statements. Detectives are still investigating what happened. Everybody just like, I ain't going to jail over this shit. They kidnapped me. I ain't going to jail. So no honor among thieves or whatever.
It feels to me like if you plugged an episode of Seinfeld and an action movie into one of those AI script generators. Like your average Mark Wahlberg movie and an episode of Seinfeld, and just fed it to the AI and saw what would spit out.
I mean, I'm inclined to believe that the person with 2 guns in hand is the kidnapper and not the kidnappee.
I think that's a fair guess.
But maybe, I don't know. Maybe.
How did the car come to be flipped?
That's a good question. This is just a day if you're working at that fucking Wendy's. This is just a fucking day.
And I don't know if you've noticed this. Wendy's drive-thru people are like the friendliest, most excited drive-thru people in the world.
Yeah.
Anytime you go to the Wendy's drive-thru, they're like, "Hi, welcome to Wendy's. What's up?" Like they're psyched. I don't know what they put in those Frosties. Those people are nice.
Sugar, lot of sugar.
So they're like, "Hey, what's up? It's another great day at Wendy's."
And the thing about this is, and I if you've ever worked retail and something happens, everyone, for the rest of the fucking day until shit's cleaned up, will be like, "Hey, so what happened here?"
Yeah. Or they will inform you that a car flipped in your parking lot as though somehow you have missed it.
There's a car on its roof. Did you see that? I don't know if you guys saw.
I think someone had a car accident in your lot. What? I have neither eyes nor ears.
Lady Man shout, people flip for our burgers. No. No. No, it's just, you're at the drive. Hi, welcome to Wendy's. Hey, did you know you got it? Yes.
Yeah.
There's a point in the day where you go out there with a Sharpie and a piece of paper and you're like, yes, we know the car's in the fucking parking lot.
Like Clerks, I assure you we are open.
Right.
I got a flat tire once on a highway and like my car weighs 90 pounds. I have a little toy car. So with a flat tire, the whole car is doing this. And I had 3 separate people instruct me to roll my window down so they could tell me that I had a flat tire. And I was like, thank you. Your heart's in the right place. I'm aware. I don't know if you noticed that my whole car looks like it's on one of those fake earthquake generators. I'm inside it.
I love it. They're all like, they're like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I read stupid lips. Okay.
And the kids don't even know what this means because cars don't have roll down windows anymore.
Nope, it's all the button.
But how do you pantomime pushing a button? But yeah, they're like, hey, you have a flat tire. Real.
We've got more.
Is that why I feel like I'm in a blender?
We've got more fast food bullshit. I haven't worked fast food. I did work I guess I worked at grocery stores, kind of food service. And normally I'm worried about the people who came to the store at the time. Unless I usually when I go out to this place like this, I'm less worried about people who work there. And normally we don't do stories about people who hurt themselves, but this guy will make a little exception here. Local Panda Express temporarily closes after accidental shooting. Oh no. A Panda Express in Madison, Alabama closed on Sunday night after an accidental shooting. Oh no. According to Huntsville police, a Panda Express employee was on break outside the building and accidentally shot himself in the hand. Officials say the employee was taken to the hospital in stable condition. What were you doing?
Are you packing at the Panda Express?
What? Why?
Why are you packing at the Panda Express?
Like, all right. For one thing, do you know how fucking much a gun costs? And you're working at the Panda Express. But you might want to check your finances just a wee bit. But also, if someone comes to rob the Panda Express, you know what you do? You let them. It's not your money.
It's not worth it.
If someone is coming for the Panda Express, you're like, here you go. You want some of the fortune cookies too? You want some
that
orange?
Panda can afford it.
Yeah, you want some orange duck on the way out?
That orange chicken is good.
But no, you're not. What are you going to do when someone comes in? You hand me a helmet. No, I will stop you. I mean, what the fuck? No, because what normally happens is what we just saw happen.
Besides Lauren Boebert's restaurant, are there service jobs where they let you carry?
I don't think so. I think probably carrying a handgun at the Panda Express is not in the employee manual.
I feel like that would be frowned upon by management.
Even if it is Alabama.
It is Alabama.
It is Alabama. And still. Because you know you're not getting paid time off because you shot yourself in the hand.
No.
You're probably not picking up any hours for a while.
You're probably getting fired.
Yeah.
Because you had that gun at work.
Why did you?
Like, I didn't work at a big name fast food joint, but in high school and college, I worked at a fast food joint. And like, yeah, the lunch rush is terrible, but you don't need to be shooting people over it. I can't figure out why you're packing at the Panda. They're endangered.
Next one comes from Virginia, and I will give this guy credit. He did have a plan. He just didn't check all the parts of the plan. Man tries to evade arrest with stolen identity, which also had active warrants.
Oh, honey.
According to police, a Berea man with active warrants tried to evade arrest on Monday by giving deputies a different social security number. Turns out that person also had warrants and the man was arrested anyway. Adam Castle was arrested January 31st, charged with giving officer false identified information, failing to appear in court, second-degree escape, tampering with a prisoner monitoring device, and theft of another's identity without consent.
If it's with consent, is that not a crime?
Yes, probably, yeah.
Like, that's very specific wording.
Sheriff's office observed a vehicle slowly pull around the back of the Richmond Athletic Club. An arrest citation claims the vehicle began to speed up when the deputy attempted to catch up with it. vehicle parked in front of the speedway, and 2 males got out of the car, one of whom was allegedly the man later identified as Adam Castle. Deputies able to get both men back to the vehicle and ask Castle for his identity. Castle allegedly provided the social security number of someone with the last name Perkins. No text in citation said Castle told deputies his name was Stephen Clemens. So there's a lot going on.
You also got to know whose identity you have borrowed or stolen. That's a big one.
It turns out a subject named Stephen Clemens also had a warrant out for his arrest, which Castle was then arrested for. I love this next part. According to the arrest citation, Castle took a deep breath and told the arresting deputy that, quote, he was going to shoot straight. On the way to the Madison County Detention Center, Castle allegedly stated he had given the wrong social security number in order to get out of an arrest and advised that his name was not Clemens, but Adam Castle, had warrants for escape and failing to appear in court. Like, okay, all right, you got me. Let's chalk this one up to
Before you do that, you need to be like, hey, listen, I got hit in the head with a skillet yesterday. Can you remind me what my charges are? And if they're less than yours, you just pick door number 2. Like, if he just didn't pay a ticket, fuck yeah, I'm Stephen Clemens. You don't give out more information than you need to.
But he was gonna shoot.
You had a chance to make a deal.
But Tara, he was gonna shoot straight. That was gonna make it all better. Like, there's this weird good old boy mindset that's like, listen,
Yeah.
I know I done you wrong, but I'm gonna shoot straight. Like, that's gonna make everything better. It doesn't.
What? Sorry.
No, that doesn't work. But yeah, you had a door number 2 and you fucked it up.
Like, that guy might have been wanted for fucking nothing. At least find out. If they're like, well, he's a serial killer. Okay, that's not me.
That ain't my shit.
It's like littering?
Next up, all right, I want to note that this is an amazing story because apparently no one did anything. If you follow the way it's written, it's kind of incredible. Tara, a car of its own volition with no unbidden, with no help from anyone, drove into a hole. See that? Fuck me. Car drives into
it has been a rough couple of years.
Car drives into hole where water company was digging in Pittsburgh's Brookline neighborhood. Viewer shared photos. A car went into a hole where a water company was digging. Viewer shared photos show the car partially in the hole. Pennsylvania American Water confirmed Monday that the now filled hole was not a sinkhole, but a hole crews dug to repair a water main. A driver entered the marked zone where crews were repairing a water main and drove into the hole. So there are signs, there are flags, there are flashy lights, everything that says no. And you said
me.
That doesn't. It's like that. It's that fucking Garfield picture. I wonder who that's for.
That's for other people.
That's not me. I'm too important.
I mean, to be fair, there are self-driving cars now, and they are very stupid.
They're intentionally.
So it is entirely possible that a car just drove itself into a hole because it sucked.
Did you hear about what the fucking Tesla, fucking Musk, fucking bullshit? They programmed into their autopilot mode rolling stops intentionally. It was on their aggressive driving mode. They have an aggressive driving mode, which you shouldn't do.
Driving car has that feature.
And for those of you out there who don't understand,
human drivers aren't supposed to have that feature.
For those of you who don't understand this, who have made it to this point in life not understanding, rolling stops are incredibly illegal. when you get to a stop sign, you have to come to a complete halt. If you just sort of like slow all the way down, just almost, and then just keep on rolling it, that's illegal.
Do I do that all the time? Yes.
I don't, because I'm paranoid as fuck. Because I was T-boned once.
Oh.
And it wasn't my fault.
I was T-boned once and it was my fault.
But I'm paranoid as shit. I don't know. Fuck you. Fuck. I every stop.
If I'm making a right turn, I do the rolling stop all the time. Really smart of me to say that on the internet.
Anyway.
In fact, when I was a kid, I used to get confused by stop signs. You used to have stop signs that under them would be a separate sign that said all way. And I asked my mom once, I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, well, it means you have to stop all the way. And I'm like, isn't that what the stop sign means?
That's not what it means.
Why do you need a second one?
It's everyone has to stop is what that means.
Really?
Yes. It means there are multiple stops and everyone has to stop.
What an embarrassing thing for me to have just learned.
It says
we just cut this out when it goes on YouTube? Maybe?
If it's 4 ways, it means if it says 4-way, all 4 have to stop. If it's all way, that means it's not exactly a 4-way stop, but there are multiple points and all of them have to come to complete stops. That's what that means.
Well, that is embarrassing for me.
Well, you didn't drive into a hole.
I did not drive into a hole, so there is that.
Because fuck's sake, if there are giant flashy lights and cones and people in vests, it's find another way.
They don't try to be stealthy about that. There's usually a guy literally waving flags and big orange things of different types to be like, hey, fuck off the other way.
Okay, but counterpoint, the GPS says go there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
My Starbucks is there.
Now we're getting into the deep of it because we're just holy shit. We quite often on the show we have to say beware in life because naked can just goddamn happen. But wow, some of it gets really aggressive. This is Florida because of course it's fucking Florida. It's Tampa because of course it's fucking Tampa. Naked man pulls fire alarm at Tampa high rise. Witnesses say it gets better or worse.
I mean, sometimes naked when there's a fire.
Yes, but
that's why my pajamas always have to match or I can't sleep. Because what if the building catches fire and I have to run outside? That's why all my pajamas are coordinated, including the slippers.
Except, no, not this. Police were called to a high-rise apartment building in Tampa after witnesses say a naked man pulled the fire alarm and sprayed people with a fire extinguisher as they evacuated. So this isn't public safety so much as a really elaborate fetish.
You just spoiled the new Jackass movie.
Going to a string of tweets from 8 on Your Side investigator Meisha Sadai, who witnessed the incident, that's lucky as fuck. A naked man was seen running with a fire extinguisher near a high-rise building. Quote, the naked man was being chased by a group of people. What in the world is happening? So, yeah, that's the thing. If you ring a fire alarm and as people come down, you're like, yay, spraying them, and you're fucking, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
You have, someone is coming to break you.
Yeah, they're gonna punch you at least one time.
Like the motherfucker in Rocky 4, they must break you. What is that 3 or 4? That was one of them. That was the Russian one. Anyway, they're because. All right, Cruz says naked man sprays people could have gone in a much worse direction. Yes, it could. It could.
If he could have managed to spray more than one person, that would be super impressive.
True.
Well, it depends on what kind of fluid we're talking about. With one kind, it would be really impressive. The other kind, he just had a lot of Gatorade today.
Quite. If I had to come down a high rise, because have you ever been at a convention where someone rang the fucking fire alarm?
No, I've lived in dorms where that was the big Rush Week prank.
I was at MagFest.
So Rush Week, you just slept with your shoes on.
National Harbor, Maryland. Big fucking place, the Gaylord Hotel. And someone pulled the fucking fire alarm. There's all these fucking cosplay people and fucking nerds all being shuffled out of their goddamn hotels and the convention space because someone pulled the fucking alarm. And if any of us had seen that motherfucker,
yeah,
we would have come for him.
Because there was some nerd that was getting lucky. For maybe the first and or last time. And you just ruined it for them.
I was touching a boob. No, but you make me come down several flights of stairs because you're not. When the fire alarm goes off, you're not supposed to get in the elevator. That's stairs. You have to do stairs. What? Do
fire alarms still spray you with that dye?
I didn't know they did that at all.
Yeah, public fire alarm, they used to anyway. If you pulled them, they sprayed you with luminescent ink that wasn't necessarily visible to the naked eye, I think.
Black light ink? Yeah.
Right. So you'd get caught. And my question is, usually that just gets on your hands.
Your ass looks like a Jackson Pollock.
Like, does this man have a glow stick between his legs right now? Because if so, I hope he likes raves. I hope he likes EDM. Because he's going to be a hit.
Our last one tonight. This is the one everyone sent me. You already saw this one. This one is just... everything happened. Everything happened. It's Florida. It's everything. Port St. Lucie. Every fucking thing happened. This is so much, you guys. This is like an entire week's worth of stories for the show in one story. I'm not kidding.
Package deal.
Florida man arrested after train sends stolen car flying into nearby home. Brace yourselves.
Florida That's man. Not all.
Oh boy, this one is amazing. Bradford Wetzel, 38, Port St. Lucie, was leaving a bar early in the morning, February 5th. He couldn't find his car, deputies wrote, so he stole one in a good faith effort to locate his own. That's a mistake. That's number one. We're at number one.
Good faith way to steal a car.
There's no honor system for stealing someone's car. I'll bring you right back. I swear. I
don't care how cool James Bond makes it look. It's still illegal.
So you're drunk. You couldn't find your car, and you've stolen a car to find your car. And what
that should be your first indication that you're too drunk to drive, by the way.
And how much you want to fucking bet that car was still sitting in that parking lot somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that means you are too drunk to drive.
Wetzel told deputies that he, quote, somehow ended up on train tracks along India River Drive. He bolted from the car as the train was coming. So you're like, I don't know how the fuck you got on the train tracks. You don't know how the fuck you got on the train tracks, but you got on the train tracks. Deputies say the train hit the car, catapulting it into a nearby home where residents were sleeping. No one was injured. That's a goddamn miracle.
Yeah. Can you even imagine?
Jesus.
You are in your bed asleep and you hear an apocalyptic crash. And it's a car that's now in your living room.
In your house. You can't process it. I was like a few years ago. It was like back 2017. We had that tree come down here. And it snapped and it landed in the park in the driveway. It didn't hit anything important, thankfully.
Yeah.
but it was a big fucking loud noise. And I was like, I went outside and I looked at it, and it took me a moment. I could not process what the fuck I was seeing. Because it didn't
there's
seem...
a large thing where a large thing is not supposed to be.
It didn't seem right. I had a blue screen in my head.
Glitch in the Matrix.
So now imagine that, only it's a car in the living room. That's not supposed to happen. But wait, there's more. Wetzel found a nearby fruit stand where he vandalized the business. This is a non sequitur. This dude just decided to fuck up a fruit stand in the middle of all this shit. So already he's just sent a car into someone's house, and he saw that. He was like, oh, bananas.
You know what? Fuck apples.
And tried to steal a forklift before flagging down deputies to let them know, quote, he was still looking for his car.
Hey, officer. I'm having a rough night, man. So I left the bar. I couldn't find my car, right? So I borrowed somebody's car. Did they know about it? No, I just borrowed it. But then, like, that car wound up on the train track. I don't fucking know how. So I had to, like, not get hit by a train, and then fuck apples, right? Fuck apples, right? And anyway, like, I just need help finding my car, bro.
This doesn't... What the everything happened. You are a one-man disaster.
You have lived.
All right. You need to relinquish your ability to make decisions for a bit, because we need to have an evaluation.
I think the state of Florida is going to take care of that for
That's
him.
true. Yes. We need to just stop everything until we can figure out what's going on around here. Because,
like, we always joke that people are going to get made fun of for the, like, what are you in for? They're going to ask this guy what he's in for. He's going to tell them, and they're going to be like, I think you're the king here now.
This is going to be like a fucking gather round, ye men. I shall hearken to my tale. It's like a fucking epic. This is like the Lord of the Rings of stupid shit. And the forklift is kind of like Tom Bombadil. What the fuck was the forklift doing there? Who fucking knows?
Like, dude, where's my car? Wishes. Those writers wish they could have come up with this.
Yeah, was he naked? No, Omega. Yeah, no. That's the one thing he didn't tick off the bingo box. He was not.
Damn it.
Imagine explaining this to the judge.
We could have had, like, a full card.
Oh, this is...
Yeah, right? The judge is like, so why don't you just tell me what happened?
I don't know.
No, I couldn't find my car.
And even the picture, he even looks so concerned. He's still not entirely sure what the fuck happened. He's like, yeah.
So you guys gonna help me find my car or what?
Stuff yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
And listen, that's a nose that's been broken a few times.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is not the first time this fella has had a night like this. That's speculation. Maybe he fell off his bike when he was 10.
So I guess the first thing we learned is, folks, everything can happen at once. Life comes at you fast. You start the evening at the bar, you end the evening, there's a car over there, there's trains, fucking fruit stand. You don't even know. It's like the cop is like, what law didn't he break? I can't confront it.
That's what happens when you play Grand Theft Auto like this.
No, that's what happens when you play Grand Theft Auto with mods. We've learned that, look, if you pull the fire alarm on a high rise, You're already in danger of somebody beating your ass. Don't be naked when it happens, because that's just going to make it worse.
Maybe don't add literal insult to injury by spraying them with the fire.
No, that's it's funny, right? No.
Nobody appreciates your joke.
Someone's going to tie your nuts into a knot. That's not a metaphor.
And they might glow in the dark now.
Yeah. We've learned the traffic cones and the blinking lights. Yes, that means you. No, if you do it anyway, your insurance company is going to be like, no.
Even though we understand you are more important than all the other mere mortals out there.
Right.
But the sign does mean you too. I know that's unfair.
We've learned that if you're going to steal someone's identity to get out of a crime, make sure you didn't steal one of a criminal, because that's kind of
maybe just Google them first.
Yeah, kind of defeats the purpose. We've learned it's a fair bet that if you work at the Panda Express, there's no need to be packing. It's the Panda Express. It's like, unless you got some weird Breaking Bad, Los Pollos Hermanos shit going on.
Yeah.
It's the Panda Express.
Or like, I mean, if Alabama has had the franchise wars and all restaurants are Panda Express, I don't know. I didn't see that on the news. I could be wrong.
And finally, we learned all the fun of retail, because no matter what incredibly stupid shit happens, 20 customers are going to tell you about it.
Awesome.
If you think it's bad, they tell you like, yo, hey, you're out of toilet paper. You think that's bad. Holy shit. Hey, you guys, did you see there's a car? Yes, I saw it. It's on the car.
When I worked at Sephora, we had the fire alarm go off in the mall. And that happened routinely. And we were like, so we wouldn't evacuate unless like security came and told us. And they were like, no, yeah, everyone has to get the fuck out of the mall. And we had a woman with her basket and she's like, I just need to buy these things. And we're like, yes, the mall might be on fire. Right, but I just need to buy. Meanwhile, there are other people like, did you know the alarm's going off?